Yeah, we find her, that beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say go so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. But then it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from the planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you touch as a breeze at night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. One beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look,
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts, call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
loving her. We done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
All right, welcome back. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Welcome back. Welcome back. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let me just make sure I'm on the right audio. Because I changed microphones. I knew it. Yep. We should be good now. We should be good. We should be good now. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Now I need to back this up a little bit. How's everybody doing though? Welcome back. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Now I need to back this up a little bit. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Okay. Let's see. Welcome back to Matter of Prestige. Shout out to you if you're coming in. Hit that like button. Okay. Let's see. Welcome back to Matter of Prestige. Shout out to you if you're coming in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe as you're coming in. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios right here in the heart of New Jersey. Welcome back. Over here we talk about relationships. Well, we kind of talk about trendy topics, but we extract relationship lessons from them, and we focus on self, power, social, art of seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. That's where we come from, and we kind of leave all the blame game outside. Okay. We don't believe that shaming, insult, blame, fault, fault police, judgment, condemnation, guilt tripping. We don't believe those things are useful. Okay, let me just go ahead. I think we should be good. Let me see. I'm a little clumsy. I'm just coming back from about 2 days sabbatical, right? So I'm a little clumsy, but welcome back. Please announce yourself as you're coming in, if you don't mind. Let me know you're watching live. Okay. Yes, I had to turn on. We have a few stories to cover today. If you can't chat, it's because you have not subscribed yet. You can subscribe and then wait for 5 minutes or so. All right. But like I said, we're here to talk about relationships from a power standpoint. All right, and then we're going to be using trendy topics to cover those news, to cover these lessons. If you haven't downloaded the book yet, you can download the book absolutely for free. The first book, you can download it for free at loveandprestige.com. Okay, there are 2 books, but only one is available right now. The second one will be available by December 30. Okay. We're trying to see if we could pull off a pre-order, but we're gonna just hold off of that. We need to make sure that the campaign is right, so we're working on that right now. Okay, so pardon us a little bit on that. So yes, this book, you can download this right now for free. This one, you can look forward to it December 30. Okay, now all of December you guys are going to be joining forces with me to promote what we call the Project 100K. All right, so I'll tell you more about that later on. Okay, but we're working on that right now. All right, so what's going on? Paula, good to see you. Welcome. I see all your comments. Shout out to you for the support. Always appreciate it. Okay. Always appreciate it. All right, if you're looking for more resources, you can see them scrolling on the screen. All donations are appreciated. If I say anything that makes sense to you and you feel like you should support, it doesn't matter how small it is. Every donation is appreciated. Okay. All right, and you can join us at Notification Gang at lolaanola.com/WhatsApp. Also, we have a blog that we're always putting content up at lolaanola.com/blog. Now, today we're going to be covering some stories. Let me tell you something. Listen. I don't like the idea of shaming people or coming off as manipulative, but sometimes I have to just tell you some things. Okay. We have a blog. It's called lolaanola.com. You go to /blog, you'll see tons of content on there. Okay. The reality is that all the divorces you're seeing everywhere is sad, but it's a direct reflection of where it needs to be. Okay. Majority of people that come here, this video by the time I'm done is going to have over 100 views at least. Majority of people that come here only come here for the cruise, not for the lessons. That's the reality. Okay. And I can tell from the numbers are exactly what they are. So for me personally, I will continue to stay focused. I try to stay focused, but I cover trendy topics, right? So the process is going to help us extract the people that really need to do what they need to do, people that want better results when it comes to dating, relationships, and marriage. Okay, that's my focus. Okay, and I have to cover the trendy topics to bring them in. Okay, so already today there's one of the stories I will cover here that already has somebody else filing for divorce. It's not just in Nigeria, it's not just in the United Kingdom, in the United States, it's everywhere. It's an epidemic. Okay, when it comes to dating, people are getting ghosted. When it comes to relationship, people are entering multiple relationships before they can actually have a chance of ending up in marriage. Well, guess what that means? That also means that they are bringing a lot of garbage and baggages into that marriage, if they're lucky at all to get married. When they do get married, within 2-3 years, they're already contemplating leaving. They're running. Right? Okay. Majority are for minor stupid things like lack of skills, lack of game, pride, unrealistic expectations. Minority are the loudest. That's when you have the case of DV, domestic violence. You have the case of extremes, okay, which is more sensational, which is what most people want to talk about. That's the minority. Majority are ending up in the divorce court for very stupid reasons. Like really, that's why, that's why they end up with irreconcilable differences. Okay, it all boils back down to lack of skills. People don't know what they're doing. They know a lot when it comes to theory. They get stuck at the first stage. Knowledge, lots of common sense based knowledge. All the terminologies, all the psychological terminologies. Okay, in fact, some of them are in therapy on a regular basis. But yet they still end up in divorce. Okay, what a lot of people are lacking is application. Okay, a lot of people are lacking emotional intelligence, of course. Okay, and that doesn't mean they don't know what that term is. They just don't know how to do it. Okay, so that's why we're on this mission. Okay, that's why we're on this mission. That's why we're creating the project 100K. You're gonna see more about that promotion in December. Okay. That's why, because I believe there's some people that just don't know any better, right? I believe there's some people that just need to hear me say a few things I've said so far, and then they will adjust accordingly. Okay. Hey, D Love, how you day? Welcome. All right. So hit that like button, share, subscribe. Let's bring everybody else to the room. You know how it goes. When I take 2 days off, we have to wake up the algorithms again. So make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe. We've got a few stories to cover today. Yep, a few things to cover today. Okay. And we're going to have fun as usual, but we're going to also extract some lessons. All right. I'll be right back. All right, let's talk about these people. Who are? Do you know who these people are? Anybody know who they are? I'm going to tell you what their name is. I'm not really a sport guy, so I don't really pay attention to what's going on in anything outside of business. Okay, that's my sport. That's my favorite sport, business. All right, business, content creation, digital marketing, relationship talk from a power standpoint. Those are my sports. Yes, I do see them as sports, and my goal is to help people win in this arena. Those are my arena right there. The name of this guy, his name is Damian Lillard. It's a basketballer. It's an NBA player. All right, and he was married. Well, still married. He just filed for divorce after just 2 years to Kayla Lillard. And that's the lady you're looking at. And another one. And another one. And another one, right? You know what they say, right? It's getting ridiculous by the day as we move into the future. Somebody said marriage is becoming obsolete. No. People are getting more divorced. Yes, to an extent, right? I'll tell you what's not becoming obsolete. People having sex and having children. That's not becoming obsolete, right? Exactly. I didn't think so. I'll wait. Is that becoming obsolete? No, it's not. So because of that, we have to be guided. So let's talk about this really quickly. We don't know much about them. Okay. There's not much we know about them. But I'm just going to read the article right here on dailymail.co.uk. All right. Do you think Damien and Kayla are bad people, or you think either of them are bad people, right? Or you think at least one of them is a bad person? If that's how you think about these issues, Yusef, you will collect at some point. All right. If you think, you have to be a bad person to end up in divorce court, if that's how you think about these issues, you have something else coming for you, okay? At the very minimum, let's even say you have the skills, right? But that also means that's what you are directly or indirectly teaching other people or sharing with other people. You know, all your solutions when people end up in a funk, when their marriage ends up in the poto, right? All your solution will be driven by the idea that it must be at least one of them that's just a bad person. Yeah. You're going to see more and more of this. The only thing you can do about it is make sure you're not one of them. Okay? That's all you can do about this. You got to make sure you're not one of them. Hey, Patricia, welcome. Marriage is now becoming rare. Yeah, because people are scared. Guess what's not becoming rare? Sex. They're all having sex. Oh, you know another thing that's happening at rampant rage stages? Child support battles, custody battles. Oh yeah, many of those people that are not getting married, they ended up in child support and custody battles, right? And guess what? Because it's so easy to jump from one relationship to the other, guess what they're doing to many other people? They're traumatizing themselves. Let me say that properly. They're traumatizing themselves, okay? They're serving each other breakfast much more easier because there's nothing holding them down, right? I'm doing fantastic, Patricia. Thanks for asking. All right, so do me a favor, hit that like button, share. We're talking some serious topic right now. All right, that's why we're writing these books. That's why we're creating coaching programs, okay? Because it doesn't matter that they're avoiding marriage. In fact, it's worse because again, it's like a very fiery, explosive passion. One of the major reasons for marriage is hold on one second, let me close this thing just to make sure that okay, yeah, let me close this. Here you go. All right, so in fact, one of the major, anyway, let me get through the story, okay, because I lost my train of thought there. So dailymail.co.uk says Damian Lillard files for divorce from wife Kayla Lillard after 2 years of marriage due to irreconcilable differences just days after a huge NBA trade from Blazers to Bucks. Okay. Damian Lillard has reportedly filed for divorce just days after being traded to the Bucks in a blockbuster deal. Okay. Lillard, there was a lot of money exchanging hands there. Somebody's going to have to share money. All right. Either by way of child support or spousal support, right? And it's not necessarily that one person, you know, the way most lames think about that is that, well, she should get any share. It's not even about that. That's actually the least of the issues, okay? The main part about the issues, like if you have one pot, if you have $200 million inside of one pot, right? Two people, right? You will use less of it. You will invest more of it towards the future of your children. You will use less of it, right? You will also manage it better, right? Provided you're on the same page, of course, right? But if you separate, if there's a division between the two of you, that money can only go so far, right? So ultimately, it's hard to be resourceful when there's a division in your household, okay? So when you're together, when you're in unity, your resourcefulness is top notch, right? It's a life hack. Marriage is a life hack. No one is selling marriage here, by the way. I'm just telling you the fact is that it's a life hack, okay? So all the authorities, the agencies around the world, the ones that control this world, they reward it. It's just what it is. When we get into another era, when they stop rewarding it, I'll be the first to tell you because the numbers will show them, right? But that's just where we are. So it's hard to manage. It's very, very hard to manage your resources when there's division in your household. Okay. Welcome, Chinye. How far? How you doing? No wala. All right. So very, very important point to take note. It's not about people sharing or the woman is coming to take all your money or vice versa. In case you're married, you're a man, you end up marrying an Oprah. That's the least of your issue. You're right, but that's the least of your issue. The major part about your issue is that this problem you're running away from, or somebody's running away from you as a problem, it's not going to be solved by the divorce. It's just the first step. Hopefully you will continue the step after that, right? Actually, hopefully you know what the steps are, right? Let me continue. All right. So Lillard had agitated for a move this offseason after 11 years in Portland. Wow, he's a legend at this point. And was eventually sent to Milwaukee in a 3-team deal involving Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, and Yusuf Nurkic. Now, it seems there will be another major life change for the point guard as he filed for divorce from his wife, Kayla Lillard, due to irreconcilable differences, according to Willamette Week. The couple, who met in college at Weber State University, wed in September 2021. Looks like they have 3 children. Let me see here. Lillard is, let me see. Yeah, they have 3 children. I'll just leave the children's pictures out of it. All right, the couple have 3 young children together. The filing obtained by the Willamette Week suggests that killer moved into a $2.7 million home in December 2022, with Lillard staying in the couple's $7.7 million mansion. All right, so they've been separated for almost a year. I don't know if you're aware, separation, I think the percentage, last time I checked, of people that make it out of separation that actually come back together, I think is 80%. So when you separate, there's at least about 15% chance that you never come back together. Okay, some people are very, very quick to suggest separation. Sometimes it is necessary, but some people are very quick to suggest it without even knowing what is going on, right? And one divorce is one too many. I don't care if it's 15%, I don't care if it's 30%, I don't care if it's 50%. It's one too many, because especially when there are children involved, right? It's one too many, because there's a good chance that these people that are divorcing, there's a good chance they will never engage the healing and coaching that they need. There's just a very good chance. Because why? Because what's the point? What's the incentive? I've escaped the problem, right? It just makes sense to continue life and just let it fall where it may. Unfortunately, if there are children involved, it's much, much deeper than that. In a November 2021 Instagram post, when things were seemingly smoother between the pair, Lillard, that's the lady, the wife, wrote a sweet message for his wife's. Lillard is their last name. That would be Damien. Okay, he wrote a sweet message for his wife's birthday. My life with you is so much better, and I quote, "My life with you is so much better than my life without you. Thank you for being the wife you are, the mother you are, the friend you are, and the super solid person you are," he wrote in an Instagram post. Now, there will be a lame idea here. I want to stop calling people lame. I'm going to try, okay? There's a lame idea here. Ideas can be lame. People don't have to be lame, okay? There's some lame idea here based off of the quote I just read that, they were probably pretending. And this is, again, if that's how you think, this is your outlook on these issues, if that's your perspective, it's no wonder that when it's time to come up with solutions or conflict resolution strategies, you will come up with something that's drawn from that dysfunctional, lame ideology, right? The reality is that he probably meant it in that moment. The skills that's required is, how do you dwell on this positive moment? How do you build on top of positive moments? Even in business, what we teach is to have people learn how to build on top of the existing success, right? Particularly with respect to the audience or who they are trying to serve, who they claim they would like to serve, right? So, but most people, they in this moment, they remember they also benefit indirectly from the aesthetic and the significance and the sense of contribution that comes to posting this on Instagram. But when they get hit with conflict, the conflict occupies a major part of their brain, right, than the positive moments, right? And negatives, because of the nature of negative, they have the power to occupy your reality, and before you know it, you have what we call resentments and loads of resentments, right? So when you end up in crisis, what do you tend to do? You tend to say, well, that's how you did that yesterday, right? Right? You remember all the other times that you've had that feeling, that negative feeling that's coming from their action, right? Naturally so, you're not abnormal, right? But this is where you need to have the skills, okay? And majority of us, what do? We wait until things are extremely bad, and then we're now asking, and then it's just too bad already. Resentment is too large, too great. The damages are too much, right? Shout out to Mike Todd. He said damaged but not destroyed. Many people are just destroyed already, okay? If they're not yet destroyed, they will continue to destroy, because all those bad moments is really all they remember. But it doesn't have to be that way. I guess that's what Mike Todd is trying to say. And that's what I'm trying to say. But most people, they're going to continue in the same trajectory, right? Especially when it's hated by negative feelings and stuff like that. You just keep moving in that direction. So I think he meant it when he said it. I think he probably lacked the skill to build on top of that moment. I think if he ends up in a coaching session right now, a lot of the exercise we have to go through is that, it's a very difficult thing to do because bad habits are extremely hard to change. We all have the bad habits of dwelling on just negative moments. Why? Because we want to protect ourselves, right? It's natural, especially if you're a man, right? You don't want to go through that again, right? Women can still be like, I'm hopeless romantic, I can do it again, right? So the quote continues, you truly make me a better man and make me stand up taller. I go harder, knowing that my work will continue to give you and my kids the world. You and me always, baby. I love you. Okay. Now, last Saturday, Lillard was welcomed by hordes of Bucks fans at a welcome rally in Milwaukee. Okay, he would team up with Giannis in Milwaukee, with the team expected to contend for another championship following its 2021 title win. The Bucks begin their preseason versus the Bulls on October 8th. All right, that's another family sadly broken up for absolutely no reason. Why do I say absolutely no reason? Irreconcilable differences is literally absolutely no reason on paper. Of course, there are reasons in real life, right? But yeah, Patricia says, why do you think sex and having babies out of wedlock trumps getting married? Is it laziness? Is it social media norms? Or is it fear of committing to a person for the rest of their lives? That's a good question. Hey D, welcome D. Good to see you. So the answer is, one is natural, one is part of our social construct. One is nurture, one is natural, right? One is nature, one is nurture, right? So yeah, I mean, marriage is man-made, just like religion, right? Marriage is man-made, right? But just because something is man-made doesn't mean it's not good for us. In fact, part of the human nature is to continue to be civilized. Okay, that's part of our nature. Okay, to continue to be civilized. Okay, so that's part of our nature, and some things are natural. Obviously the natural stuff you can try to kick against it, right? You can try to kick against it, but nature is not your mate. The same reason why emotions no be anybody's mate, because it's part of our nature, right? All right, so marriage is part of a social construct. It's part of human creation to put structure in society, right? Of course, Christians will say it's God made. That's what Christians are supposed to say, right? But the fact that people have to actually do it, they have to get off their butt and go do it. Unlike they have to kind of get off their butt and eat too, but there's a different survivor, So I think people are pushing against, not directly, possibly indirectly, against marriage, because it's now becoming a form of survival, because a lot of people feel the need to protect themselves, right? And if they're trying to do that from a place of ignorance, of course they will do ignorant things, right? So I don't know. I might find myself in a position where I might still sell marriage as a, but I don't think it's necessary to sell marriage. It's a part of me that I'm a little rebellious. I don't like the idea of me selling marriage. It's like if you want marriage, don't do marriage. What the hell? I don't want people that don't want marriage in the conversation. It's pointless. You see what I mean? If you don't want marriage, you wouldn't be in the conversation. It's as simple as that. It shouldn't be. There's an attempt to complicate things by bringing anything that sounds like, well, some people are not for marriage. Like, I know that. Why did you bring that up? We're having marriage conversation here, right? So I want everybody just be aware that there's no need to sell marriage at all. The issue is that people will have sex, people will have kids, and we put structure in place to contain a lot of different types of energy that goes into life and death, right? Because we don't imagine a society where everybody's just moving mad, just have kids all over the place, right? Like animals. Just imagine that. If that looks good to you, sure, you know. Or are we gonna have a new technology, like one guy put it, technology that will replace marriage? Maybe. I'm all for it, as long as we're not moving mad. That's one of the reasons why I don't like selling marriage, because I do believe that anything is possible. It might be a new technology, a new structure, system, you know, that can, you know, not just short term, because a lot of people talk out of short term. Just it feels good in the moment. Well, in the long term, 100 years from now, if a bunch of people start having kids all over the streets outside of wedlock, have we done the proper assessment of what that looks like 100 years from now? If we can come up with another technology, sure, system, sure, absolutely, you know, I think we should knock ourselves out with that, right? But from my standpoint, I don't see it. I think the same way where you put LLCs together for a business so you can have structure so that nobody comes into your personal properties because there's somebody caught a lawsuit in front of your office. I think in the same way you need, especially when emotions are involved, you know, the government is never going to they're never going to become too nosy into family issues, right? That's why there's family law and there's criminal law and many other things, right? The government protects society. Family law protects probably more like the children, which is indirectly women, right? If for the most part, right? But I'm talking from the standpoint of men now, right? So they will collect your fees. The lawyer will collect their money. They will help you split up, but they're not going to be there 20 years from now when that baby is graduating college. They're not going to be there 30 years from now. They don't care. They could care less. And rightfully so. So I do think, let me see this thing here. Marriage is a relationship. It's not just a relationship. It's a relationship that needs to be nurtured, right? And that requires time, requires effort, requires intentionality, requires skills, requires some tools, right? Sex, the tool you need for that is nature, it's biology. Right? The urges are natural, right? And you can't stop it, right? Even when you hate the person, a lot of times when inherently you're like, I'm not supposed to be with this person, but konji na bastard. Anyway, that's a loaded question. So to answer your question, I think marriage requires effort because it's highly rewarding if you get it right. And sex, not so much. That's why it's very destructive if it's done outside of structure. If it's done out of order, right? It's very destructive. It's just what it is. Right? Is it laziness? Is it social media norms? It is fear of committing. I think fear of committing is part of it. I think people are just afraid. They're trying to protect themselves, right? But when you do that from a place of ignorance, you're going to destroy yourself. Just like in any other area of life. Like, I'm just afraid. Let me just go this direction. Let me not look at the map. You know, I'm afraid. It smells like the devil over there. Let me just... If you do that and you don't have knowledge, right, you can end up in the wrong, you know. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, oh, I got lost, right? Not now, obviously, because there's obviously Google Maps and all types of resources for that now. But I'm talking about, you know, back in the days, I will get lost and I'll be like, let me just take this shortcut and then and then by the time I check, I've already faced the wrong direction for the most part. Or sometimes you end up in traffic, right? And you're like, let me take this shortcut. You get off the highway, and it's not going to take you longer just because you're not patient. Patience. Anyway, welcome back. So that's a good one. Hit the like button. Okay, hit the like button. That's Damien and Kayla. Damien is done. They probably both done. He probably just filed the paperwork. But a lot of people are celebrating this, mostly indirectly. They might say things like, well, if it's not working, let's everybody go their separate way. That's not a solution. That's not adequate. That's not good enough. Okay? That's only right. Like, you're not wrong for saying that.
Oh, you're right.
But that's not the end of that story. There's no problem solved with that statement. Okay, maybe short term. It feels good to just say that in 2023. But there are bigger problems being created. Okay? And we need to start having that conversation. We're not just going to be able to get away. Okay? Welcome. If you just came in, hit that like button, share, subscribe. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about this young lady again. You guys remember? You remember Ebony K. Williams? Everybody remember Ebony K. Williams? Right? Oh, we're gonna talk about MOHBAD in a little bit. We're gonna get some updates on that in a little bit. Okay, so just hold tight there. You guys remember Ebony K. Williams? How old is she? She's 40 years old, something like that. She's always giving advice on, I think she has a show called The Griot on YouTube. Okay, I think the last time she was in a conversation with Iyanla Vazant, right, about not wanting to be with the person who drives the bus. You remember this young lady right here? Her. That's her right there. Yeah, she was in that conversation and she said she didn't want to, like, she asked a question, a very clear question, which I didn't see anything wrong with the question ultimately, you know, but I had a different assessment. You can go find the video and watch it on our channel. She asked a simple question: does it own the bus company? Right? And the whole manosphere started barring all over the place because it was triggering for them. Like, what do you mean? Why can't you be with a $40,000 per year earner as a $40 million annual earner yourself as a boss lady? Why can't you be? No be juju be that. You the wine. A lady who earns more than a couple of $1 million a year should get with somebody who makes $40,000 a year.
You doing what?
Yeah, at best, that's unrealistic expectations, at least at a general scale. Okay, it just doesn't make sense, and honestly, it's not advisable. Okay, they belong in two different worlds. I didn't say one world is higher than the other. It's just two different worlds. Okay, as a matter of fact, the person who is earning $40,000 a year may have more peace of mind than the person earning $40 million a year. So it has nothing to do with higher or the one is higher or one is a subordinate. It's just not advisable. Okay, that's crossing one of the dimensions. That's being unequally yoked, unless you are an exception. It's highly unlikely you will be an exception. All right, so she's back on the news and she had something to say, and Let's play this video. Let's see what she has to say. She's basically talking about something called the Mrs. Degree. Interesting. You know, she's always giving advice. She's a content creator, so let me find it. Okay, there you go. Let's hear this out. Let's hear it.
Be said out loud is that as black men age,
Hold on.
the reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact
Optionality? I guess that's correct English. She's a lawyer, so I'm sure it's correct English. But do we have to use such huge words? Jesus Christ. Their options, I would say their options increases as they age, right? To an extent, because they do have the bell curve to their capping. But let's continue. Optionality, okay.
opposite is true for black women.
She said the opposite is true for black women.
As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because a handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married.
All right, let me pause that a little bit so that we don't get slapped with copyright. Let's do it within the fair use guidelines. All right, so for me said, I believe that only applies for richer older men, regardless of all races. Most women want to date within their age range. Okay, and it also depends on the age gap. Yes, I think one of the words that most people are afraid of is indirectly is depends. The word depends. Like everybody's just so afraid of depends, right? Because we're hungry for something that we can generalize and simplify it down to exact science that just work across the board. And you cannot put human beings in a box. Let's continue. Thank you for that for me.
Soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too. Y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
All right, I'm going to play that again.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right.
Sorry about that. You guys couldn't hear me. Patricia said it's hard to find good men when you're younger. Now she said being in college, but what do you mean by younger? Give me an age range, Patricia. Let's talk about it. Give me an age range. When is it hard to find a good man? And if you will, define good man for me. Okay. While you're at it, let me get back. She said she wants you to find someone in college, right? Let's continue.
Right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women.
So she's saying the number of college-educated men are so low, right? So I'm guessing at this point she's talking about after you leave college. The numbers are lower, and there's a bunch of college-educated black women.
That we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as
you are all going to be targeting the same small pool of men, okay? I would argue that Ebony had been listening to the manosphere and the red pill community, which there's nothing really wrong with that, you know. But let's continue.
We heard today on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student.
So there's 7 black women for every 1 black man, even in college. So how are they going to pick if they're already competing on the same campus? If we're going to go by this logic of just numbers, right? If we're going to go by this logic of just numbers, right? 7 to 1 sounds like you're going to compete in college as well. Is she saying it's going to be harder once you leave college? I'm wondering.
Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college, and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree.
MRS degree, not Mrs. degree. MRS degree. Okay, that's Mrs. degree, I guess. Pursue it together with the other degree, right? Now, I've said this here before, somehow, some way. I said you can walk and chew gum at the same time. You know, people try to make the excuse. They've been making it for a long time, but it's not, for a lot of people it's too late now, and for not too late, but for a lot of people it's much later. Okay, I don't believe in too late. You know, we're human beings. Okay, but it's much later for a lot of people now before they realize that wait, time is not anybody's mate, right? And newsflash for men too. Men are saying, well, wait until 35 before like that. Who told you have control of that? You don't have control of that, you know. In fact, I don't believe what you're saying. There are other issues that we need to talk about. We need to talk about those other issues and not this idea that you're waiting till 35. If you think you're waiting till 35, you're lying. It's because you're either afraid, you're scared, or you're not finding what you deem to be good, right? But it's not because you just decided I'm not going to make the move until 35. It's a lie, and I don't know why you are lying. I don't understand. You don't need to lie to me. Okay, you don't need to lie to me. But let me see here. I think Patricia says like 25 to 35 years of age. So are you saying it's easier before 25, or you're saying it's easier after 35 to find good men? Is that what you're suggesting? It's just, when you say it's hard, it's loaded as usual. It's loaded, and like it's hard. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, have you gone out, how many times? Like, I would need to know, like, how often are you going out on dates, or how often are you being approached? How many people are you ghosting per week or per quarter, right? Per every quarter, every 3 months. How many people are you ghosting? How many people are I need to know all of that. So she said a good man to me is patient, consistent, honest, caring, loyal, respectful, resilient. There are tons of men with consistent, honest, caring, loyal, respectful, resilient, patient. That's a little tricky because they don't really get tested until later on in life with regards to patience. maybe even resilient, right? And maybe even respectful. Right? They don't really get tested properly until later. You know, what you might consider ideally a good man is made out of pressure. They've gone through something, right? They got scars, and it looks like scar, but they're not more patient, right? So at 25 to 35, maybe after 30, you might start to see some, typically, right? There are some exceptions, right? But I don't know, you know. At 25 to 35, all those things you mentioned, they're not yet tested. Sounds like you don't enter one chance, Patricia. Right? They're not yet tested, right? What about attractive? Someone you find attractive, right? Someone that's just a good man. Just a good man. Attractive good man, right? Because that patient thing, or patience, as you said, right? I don't know. I need more information. It's hard to generalize around these things anyway. Fumi said, I don't understand why she only focuses on men with college degrees. There are men making good money in trades with good values that are often overlooked. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's why the statement she made is like, I have the urge to start nitpicking every word, and I'm just like, okay, I guess she's talking in general. I think she's saying something in general that's very specific. I will extract it in a second here. D-Love says, black women are also stuck on dating black men, which reduces the pool. Right? You know, and I think about 5 to 10 years from now, the dilemma of the man is going to really show up to the surface, right? Right now, everybody is paying attention to black women not getting married. I think there's going to be more noise in the next 5 to 10 years about men can't find wives. I'm already hearing it, but it's going to be like epidemic type of thing where women will be able to use it to shame men too. Okay? That's why gender war is stupid, and it's always going to hand people up in the poto. Be open to any race and respect other religions. There's your bigger pool. I mean, it's a global world. It's a global village. If you're restricted in respect of race, religion, and stuff like that right now, I would argue you're going backwards, honestly. Okay? You know, I forgot to add attractive. Oh, you forgot to add attractive. Yeah. So within the range of 20, specifically like closer to the 25, I would focus on, you know, friendship, attraction. The rest of those other things are going to be tested with time, you know. And if you don't really process what I just said, you're going to have unrealistic expectations, which is one of the top 2 reasons why people are ending up in divorce. Pride and unrealistic expectations. Okay? Men in the most ideal way that you're looking for, right? Which you will actually enjoy them more with time. Particularly after those kids are 15, 16 and they're gone to college, right? Those men are made, they become that over time. It's almost impossible for that person to fall out of the skies and be 25 years old. Okay? It's almost impossible, right? So even your idea of good men, I would need to know what you mean by a good man, you know, because it's a lot of men that feel like they're good men and they're usher in the church, they play the keyboard, they're a pastor, they're, you know, the ideal on the surface, right? But when it comes to this thing called romantic relationship, yeah, they get tested really badly. They fall on their face, you know, end up in divorce. Good men, yes, good men end up in divorce, right? They just don't know what they don't know. They don't have the skills. There's no way to comprehend it. There's no frame of reference to comprehend what we're talking about except time, right? So, attraction, friendship, someone you can grow together with. Looking for growth or a grown man. to fall out of the skies is unrealistic expectations at best. Fumi says, for example, my brother modifies homes and is the main provider for his family of 3. There are many. We need to expand the conversation. That's the point you're making. For me, it's a good point. We need to expand the conversation beyond lame statistic-driven talking points, because in the same breath they destroy each other. Like in one breath you're saying they should go after the MRS degree, but there's in that same college there's 7 women to 1 man, and then outside is, so the problem is not solved with what she's saying. But I think she's being general, and I will start the general point in a second. Patricia, this is one chance. This is the real world. Welcome to the real world. This is why the top reasons why people end up in divorce is not finance, infidelity, and what's the third one that is always written at the courthouse? The data they keep extracting from the courthouse, the CDC data, right? The one on Google, right? Finance, infidelity. There's a third one, right? Something, It's none of that. Okay, it's pride and unrealistic expectations. Okay, and I think this guy, Tim Ross, he said is uncommunicated expectations. I disagree. Okay, I would love to have the conversation. I disagree. Okay, a lot of people are communicating their expectations. The more they are talking about their expectations, the worse it gets. Okay, but I wouldn't. He said he has data. I'm like, okay, all right, but unrealistic expectations in particular, yeah, yep. So friends, find a friend, attractive, good-looking man, someone that's open to growing together, that you leave room for, you leave room for growth. You leave room for. The older you get, you're going to find out that you continue to feel like, oh, I don't know anything. The older you get, the more you really embrace the idea that I don't know anything. All right, and that's something that this generation are having a hard time, because they literally know everything by way of Google, but the results are disconnected from that. Anyway, I think when I say one chance, I'm being sarcastic, but the point is that put those. What's English of Ajaga? D-Love, help me. What's English of Ajaga? Egbe Ajaga Esile. That weight you put on yourself, looking for perfection, put it down. Lay it down. Instead, embrace humility. Embrace remaining a student for the span of your life. Right? Embrace that more. Embrace relationships at its core. Friendship. Just giving. Not give and take. Okay? Not give and take. I'm sorry. Okay? You will receive. What you're looking for is to receive, not take. Give. Focus on giving. That's all you can control. That's all you can control, I promise. Okay? Everything else you can't control. And if you are consumed by things you can't control, you miss out on life and love. Yep. Wait, D says that is her preference, and that is why she emphasizes that point. She can hardly see outside her preference. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. And the lady we're talking about, she's 40, not married. Right now, she's cooking a baby. Right? So if you know what I mean, she's cooking a baby that she's going to raise by herself, her legacy. Right? If that's not something you can relate with, just take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is, right? Because she said it herself when she was on Breakfast Club. She said most women will not be able to afford what she's doing, and that's a fact. I agree with her on that. No wonder it's hard for me to find a guy. No, it's become easier now. Trust me. Okay, just be friends. So you said time. So should I focus on older men? No. I think you focus on friendship and giving and learning how to nurture relationships. Focus on organic friendships, and find the ones you're attracted to and be open to growing over time. Of course, there's some basic principles and stuff like that. The book is going to teach you how to recognize, the new book that's coming out is going to teach you how to recognize green flags. The book on number 1 red flag will teach you how to recognize green flags. So, and that doesn't have to be something that you wait for time. You can just see little traits over there without missing out on life, without psychoanalyzing people. Okay. Dilo say, I don't know why Jaga is. Wait, just put that weight down. Like all that weight of looking for perfection is unrealistic. It's unnecessary weight. Okay. Think about what you would do before you collected your first breakfast. We need to get back there. Okay. You need to get back there. Imagine the bliss you had when you haven't collected shege from a romantic partner. I know it's hard because you want to protect yourself, but it's just a suggestion. It's still the only way out, okay? Because you can't really protect yourself in that way anyway. But yes, let me get back to this. Let's see.
Right along with that BA or JD. Because a handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too. Y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older.
She says shrinking as you get older, right? It's shrinking as you get older. One of the reasons why I don't really encourage young women going for older men is because you're crossing dimensions. And if you're going to cross dimensions, either age gap, religion, race, there's nothing wrong with those things. Culture, right? If you're going to cross those dimensions, I hope you know what you're doing, because that's additional layers of complexity that you will have to manage and walk through with time. And what I'm talking about will come for you from a blind spot. It won't come from knowledge standpoint. It will come from a blind spot. Okay, there's always behind you that you can see, right? So that's why, as close as possible to what you're familiar with, but keep an open mind. I like, when it comes to crossing dimensions, I also like the idea of keeping an open mind. But just be aware, just awareness that if you are a white woman and you're crossing to go and marry a black man, there's going to be additional layers of complexity. That's just reality. And if you're completely oblivious to that, then you will collect accordingly. Okay.
And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front.
No, this is what she just said, okay? What she said is that she's not saying that you're wrong, or she actually thinks you're right.
Well, you're right.
But oftentimes, consequences and the way nature and the universe reacts to your choices and your decisions are not based off of right and wrong. Why? Because there are 8 billion people here. Like, how many people do you think they are right? All of them think they are right, okay? There are 8 billion people in this experience. So you can expect that it cannot be that simple, okay? If it was that simple, everybody would be doing it, right?
The end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
All right, so that's what she had to say. She is beautiful. But that has nothing to do with nothing, right? Let's see. I think lumping all black people into one homogeneous cauldron just to make a point is sad. It's one of the hardest things that I've ever had to experience in this conversation. Because me, naturally, remember what I said to Fumi earlier, depends. Everybody's afraid of depends. Everybody's like, no, but that's not an exception. No, it depends, literally. Human being experience depends. It depends, like case by case by case, okay? There's exceptions in every direction, every corner, every dimension. There's exception in any way, and there's multiple dimensions and variables. So putting human beings into a box is always just That's why there will always be a lab. That's why there will always be science labs where they are studying and doing studies on human behavior, right? Imagine if one day we just finish, we finally know what human beings are, right? there will not be human experience anymore. That's literally the beauty of human experience you're taking out. So it depends. Of course, there's some things that you just look at black people across the board. Like, for example, black people don't understand power. Okay? Black people would rather be a victim than be empowered. That's just a fact. Okay? And it's a perpetual thing, right? We have experiences that justifies it, and not only does it justify it, we continue to justify it. I get it, okay? But it's a vicious cycle thing, so it is what it is, right? So I can generalize at that level, right? But for me to be completely unaware that there are some black people, not some, many black people that get what I just said, and in their own individual life, at their family life, in their extended, at least at their extended family life, they figured something out, right? That they don't belong in that general statistics. They are quote unquote the exceptions. And it was in fact a fact that they had the power to not belong in the generalized, what the data at CDC, at the NHS is saying, or NIH, right? Listen, if you want to have a better quality of life, be careful with how you process this data, statistics, and all this kind of stuff, okay? There's more than enough experience that you might have had that will make you relate with certain stats, but when you engage it, it literally drives your life, it literally controls your life, because at that point it's like, after all, it's not just me, it's everybody. Throw your hands in the air. Right? That's what it does, and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be until you close your eyes and you take your last breath. You are a god and goddesses, okay? You're a god, you're a goddess, you're a king, you're a queen. You absolutely have the power to change the course if you don't like what you're seeing, regardless of what the stats say, right? Imagine if that's how we treated our health, right? Somebody help me hit that like button. Why is this thing, it's not going over 20 people? Can we get it over 20? Just hit that like button. We have 3 people. I'm missing at least 3 people. You hit that like button just to ping other people into the room. It signals the algorithms to bring people into the room. All right. So lumping all black people, that's what they do in science labs. That's what they do in studies, and you know, that's what they do. I'm just warning you as an individual to be careful with that. Mr. Ola, sometimes it is not the individual that saw shege, but the ones they see other people take as affected them. Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. But most of the time, we don't give a shit. Okay, not even about our siblings. When we can relate with a particular topic. So I'm glad that you said sometimes, like minority, like almost less than minority, right? To be honest, I have lost interest in romantic relationships. I feel you, which sometimes worries me. It feels like something is wrong with me. No, don't feel that way. Okay, I'll explain that to you. When you are over analyzing past experiences, which I can tell because you said lost interest, which means once upon a time you had interest. That's what that means to me, right? Once upon a time you had interest, right? And now for some reason that you can personally relate with, right, directly or indirectly, you've lost interest, right? That just sounds like to me like you're over analyzing it. Okay, forget romance for a second. Okay, just forget romance for a split second. Okay, I said something earlier. Sex is natural to majority of human beings. There are asexuals. They do exist. That's a fact. But they're minorities for a reason, right? Majority are sexual beings, right? So forget sex for a second too. Sex and romance, let's forget, right? Human beings are emotional and social by nature, right? We don't do life alone. It's just that simple. We don't live in a cave. We tend to live in clusters, settlements, right? We come together and we do it in clusters, settlements, right? So if you just focus on that aspect enough and make the most out of every opportunity to relate with another person. What does that mean? Every opportunity to give to another person. Don't pour from an empty cup. Every opportunity to give from abundance to another person. You cannot do this from a lack of abundance mindset, right? If you just focus on that, someone, somebody, something, just by doing that, you increase the chances that somebody is going to tickle that fancy again in the future. I don't think you should ever put yourself in a position to over process the idea of romance and stuff like that, because you might just start exuding desperate. You might not even know it. It's very, very subconscious thing, right? It's just showing your energy, right? As opposed to a smile, as opposed to another opportunity to wake up today and give to another human being. You know, enyo lasho enyo, right? I don't know how to say that in English, Jare. The direct translation is mean people are your clothes, your covering. Okay, I think it's covering. People cover you, like, okay? People are, your covering comes from people. The money you're going to make is coming from somebody else's hands, right? The benefit you're going to benefit from the human experience is coming from other people, right? So when you embrace that idea, you just knowing this for a fact, you just pour into other people, right? If you focus on that and being really good at it, if you're too good at it, start teaching other people how to be good at it, right? If you focus on that, what you just said maybe will become irrelevant. Okay? It will just be romantic relations, but so the way they happen is supposed to be organic. It's supposed to be oh, okay, all right, the natural next step is let's take our relationship to the next level, right? As opposed to no, they're in India right now, they do arranged marriage and it works best for them, and like, which part of the Indian news are you listening to, right? It's just a lot of people talking like that for no reason. It comes down to basic sex, relationships, give. We live in clusters. We have relationships with people. You nurture it. Now, because we're operating in a new era, our intelligence level needs to go to a higher level. So we need to talk more about emotional intelligence. We didn't need to talk about that in 1960, but soft life has made it necessary that we have to start talking about emotional intelligence. That's the currency now. No longer about who can provide government issued currency or houses or against lions. No, it's no longer about that. It's no longer about that. It has to be, no, it's much more than that, okay? But it's actually easier if you just put down the weight of perfection, okay? Just actively listening to other human beings will do the magic. It's easier said than done. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we already covered that. So D, I encourage you, just focus on those things. Don't worry about romance. Romance, bitibao. If you're a human being, if somebody starts showing enough interest in you, are you saying you don't feel validations from other people anymore? You don't feel significant because somebody uplifts you or edifies you? You do now. So yeah, that's overthinking it, basically. Brother Patrick, as usual, has come with the scriptures to help us with what we're trying to say. Proverbs 17:17, New Living Translation. Shout out to you, sir. Good to see you, sir. A friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need. Yeah. Just focus on those things. Yeah. They're too basic for our complex brain, so we think it has to be bigger than that, you know. But everything traces back to very simple. Friendship, give. Friendship, give. Give is literally love, okay? Literally, right? God. Like, no expectations, like unconditional, right? Like I know that we're human beings, but when you relate it with God, it becomes possible, right? Just with God, all things are possible, right? If just relax, okay? Let's bring it back to simple. Let's stop overthinking, okay? Friendship, relating with other people, give to other people, right? Make sure you're giving from a place of abundance, meaning you're giving to yourself as much as you should, right? Because you're also a human being, right? So, yep. She said, "Cheers, Mr. O." D, thank you. Let's see. Let's finish. Okay, so we finished that talking with Auntie right there. You know, we'll finish it right there. Let me see. I think I have a couple more stories, maybe one, because I don't want to go past the time today. Yeah, I don't want to go past the time today. Tomorrow we'll come back tomorrow. Today, let's just go ahead and get into the main story of the day. I'll be right back. All right, let's catch some update on MOHBAD, on the whole justice for MOHBAD story. You know, Nigerians are already getting tired of this story. I'm being honest with you. Okay, they're already getting tired of the story. Naturally so. Excuse me. Naturally so. It is what it is. They're getting tired of it. You know, life moves on. Remember, there are 8 billion people, human beings, okay? So life moves on. That's just the reality. Now, there are 2 major news over the past few days. One is the father coming out to speak, and the other one is this guy they've been looking for. This guy actually had featured in quite a few videos. His name is PRIMEBOY, right? Yeah, PRIMEBOY. So those are the 2 major. There's a third one, which is the fact that Marley was arrested as he was coming into the country some few days ago. Okay. So those are some of the updates. So I'm going to bring us up to speed. As of more recently, I think it's just today, the PRIMEBOY has reported himself. Okay, so he was wanted yesterday. He's reported himself now to the police station, and he's also claiming that the wife, Wumi, her name is Wumi, that she had a fight with MOHBAD on the day of his demise. Okay. So, like I said, there are going to be, obviously, that wasn't a prediction, by the way. That was just obvious to me. And I think it's probably obvious to many people that there will be more information that will be coming out as we get through this issue, right? And it seems like there's more that will continue to come out. Now, it was 2 weeks. Remember, they said give them 2 weeks before something. And then as of 2 days ago, it was already 2 weeks, and you have the likes of Yabo, Ujo, and Gist Lover were asking for tagging police, basically tagging police and asking, you know, like what's going on. It's been 2 weeks. All right. But anyway, let me just share this small video with you. So the wife is the whole idea of the wife, and there was some kind of conflict before his passing is coming and more into the surface. If you remember, there was an audio of MOHBAD saying to the wife that so you want to kill me. The sister of the wife came out and said, well, that was the wife recording him when he was in and out of it due to allegedly he lost his memory due to his drinks and drugs laced with stuff from the NDLEA and stuff like that. Over the past few days, there's been quite a few videos of MOHBAD, you know, engaging in, you know, drug consumption activities, you know, or drug abuse activities. So you're going to see more and more of all that kind of stuff. It doesn't change the fact that a record label, a reputable record label, does not have the right to bully anybody or take anybody's freedom away, right? So, but let's be honest, the conversation is becoming a lot more complex. Okay, so let me play this video for you. Uh-oh. Hold on one second.
Million Naira. 10 million Naira. 10 million Naira to MOHBAD's wife. If DNA proves that that child belongs to MOHBAD, African television will pay for the DNA test. African television will raise 10 million Naira for MOHBAD's wife to raise that child if the DNA proves that that child is actually MOHBAD's child. This is to counter those people who say if you talk about DNA, they will sue you for 3 million. Let them come after me. My name is Larry or more.
All right, so this is Baba.
Television. I'm going to sponsor the DNA test, and I'm going to make sure that the baby gets 10 million Naira if the baby is actually paternically proven to be MOHBAD's child. Why? Because accusation is traumatic, but what is more traumatic than accusation? A life of lies. So we will compensate MOHBAD's wife if the baby is actually belonging to MOHBAD. But if that baby is not from MOHBAD, men will learn a lot of lessons from that. So this message is to MOHBAD's family. Get me that woman on television. I'm going to sponsor. Maybe we do a DNA test. If the woman has nothing to hide, she walks away with 10 million Naira. That is a promise from African television. Send your comments, send the details to this phone number. And if you want to sue people for asking for what is right, come after me. We're tired of women sending our boys to jail. We're tired of women.
All right, so I was going to say earlier, but I didn't say. I was going to say this Baba is projecting, but the truth is coming out once more. Continue, Baba.
Women killing our boys. We're tired of women lying against our men. Do you know how many men are in their grave because of a woman? Kings have been buried by women. Future presidents have been put in jail by women.
And so you're tired. Kings from past times, but you're tired. And we're going to use MOHBAD's story to finally stop that from happening, right? How is that for unrealistic expectations, right?
It is time that we say no to slutty women. Maybe we do it again.
So in the same breath, you bring this guy's wife who passed away, who was still his wife. In the same breath, you bring in his wife, and then you bring in slutty, right? And after you come and say women are destroying men, that's an open wound. You're literally an open wound walking around. Women will continue to destroy you because that's weak. That's weak. Like at least if you're going to make this submission, you keep it strictly the 10 million Naira, and you keep it strictly professional. Maybe not professional, maybe keep it strictly on the topic. Do DNA test. I just have 10 million Naira for you. Keep up, but of course you can't, because it's personal. It's personal. This has nothing to do with the kings either of past glory. Has nothing to do with King David or King Solomon or Queen Cleopatra. No, it's personal. Don't let them deceive you, either a man or a woman. When they start to talk like this, you can feel it. They're going somewhere. Okay, there's a reason why they can relate, right? They couldn't relate with the story when it was bullying, right? Because they don't want to admit they were bullied by a woman. But suddenly, DNA. Shout out to Very Dark Man, right? Baba wanted to submit his own too, right? All I'm hearing is projection. It doesn't mean it's not saying anything that's right. In fact, I think it's right, because he said what? That doesn't mean that we shouldn't do what is right, right? But I think this is about being right.
Well, you're right.
This conversation is not about being right. It's about what you can prove. There's a difference, right? With respect to the actual case, there was no paternity fraud case on ground. There was potential murder, homicide suspicions, right? But more so, there's proof of someone being bullied around town for wanting to work, right? But let me find my own little angle where I can bring in my own case. That's what we all do. That's what this was about.
Any test. If the woman has nothing to hide, she walks away with 10 million naira. For girlfriend is bad, but we want to clear her name. We want to clear her name if she is innocent. Listen to the audio conversation between her and MOHBAD. That audio conversation makes her the first suspect. You guys are going after Naira Marley.
No, that audio is definitely something we can't just take the words of the sister. That's a fact, okay? But I'm pointing out also that these people can relate with paternity fraud, okay? That's why it is. He doesn't care about clearing her name. No, that's cap, okay? That's a lie.
Going after Sam Larry, you're going after all kind of people. But listen to that audio conversation. Yes, what happened between Naira Marley and Sam Larry, they are all criminal. Those actions are wrong.
But, say but.
But in the
I knew it. He said but. He said but. Big old but.
Of murder, the primary suspect, in my opinion, is the wife, because the audio conversation from MOHBAD's conversation with her makes her a prime suspect. And the only way we can clear her name for girlfriend is bad, but we want to clear her name. We want to clear her name if she is innocent. Listen to the audio conversation between proper investigation. So we're offering 10 million nairas for her to clear her name in this case. That's all I'm going to say from African television. Proper investigation. So we're offering 10 million nairas for her to clear her name in this case. That's all I'm going to say from African television.
All right, I don't know why he's saying 10 million nairas, but anyway, that's that right there. Let's go through some of the updates, okay? Like I said, so what a lot of people are, there's a lot of rumors that came out that Sam Larry might have fathered MOHBAD's baby, but I'm not sure where that's coming from. Just as of today, I saw a news somewhere that says MOHBAD's manager, Sheyi, is also family members with the wife, Wumi. Wumi is also, Wumi's mother has been managing some things, like for example, the land that he was buried on for MOHBAD. So there's a lot there that they're probably going to have to dig through, since those stories came like exactly about the same time, okay, that all right. So as of today, let me see here, this Baba, I'm gonna play this Baba's video. MOHBAD's dad, okay, that guy is something else. I'm not sure if I should take him too seriously, but it's just sad, okay. The best thing that can happen to that family is that take the camera far away from him, okay. Camera recordings, I don't know why this guy has been recording himself. He's been recording himself. He even recorded himself saying that MOHBAD just needed to learn a lesson. That Sam Larry and Naira Marley just wanted to teach him a lesson. Okay, so anything that looks like recording or recording device should be taken far away from this guy, because if he's actually innocent, he's going to implicate himself as the father. You know, at this point, many people are seeing him as a suspect. Let's get through this.
Mr. Loba, Joseph, Uluwabanu, Nami being Papa of late MOHBAD, Lady Oluwa. MOHBAD is a very quiet someone.
He said he's the father of MOHBAD, Ileri Oluwa. Okay, that's what he's saying.
You know the talk. Whatever you give to him will satisfy him. He's my friend. We normally move together. Whatever I'm doing, he will try to join me to do it.
All right, so it does seem like they had a very tight relationship. All right, this is a BBC video, so I'm pausing so I can make sure we're within the fair use guideline. Okay, let me see, what did I miss? Interesting. Hold on 1 second. All right, you guys can still hear me, right? Bonchan says the man has an agenda. He wants, let me see, he wants to use MOHBAD's demise to project his own insecurities. He can stuff his 10 million naira into you know where. Only a court of law or the police can order the DNA test. Yes, and it will have to make sense too. To the judge, God will not let us refer to any of our kids as late in Jesus' name. Amio, Amio, amen.
So we are very close. We're just like brother to brother. Ileri Oluwa is the kind of person that whatever you are doing, he will like to do something like that, because he knows me as a musician. Whenever I'm going out, he's ready to follow me. Sometimes he used to dance, sometimes he'll be the person to, my name is Mr. Loba, Joseph.
Alright, so I'm going to find that video. I'll play it in a second. I think that was just a clip from it. Hold on 1 second. Hit that like button if you're just coming in. Hit that like button. Okay. Hit that like button. Okay. So I was just wondering why Bon Chance didn't come up into the chat. I think it has to do with, let me guess. Who knows? Maybe it is the word demise. Maybe it's insecurities. I don't know. Something flagged it anyway. I don't know why. But anyway, I did see your comments. All right, so this is Shay right here. This person asked a question. Insider Insight. While everyone is being interrogated by the police, I have a few questions of my own. Hold on 1 second. All right. So it says I have a few questions of my own. Because anything that concerns the wife or her family, Nigerians are not interested. Firstly, MOHBAD's manager and his wife, Omowumi, are related. They are both from Awonduga's family, right? I didn't know that. That's where I read it from earlier. This same manager was very close to Naira Marley. What action did she take all this while the poor boy was bullied and they said he was on drugs? Why didn't she come out to defend MOHBAD for once? I don't think it's that simple. Okay, but it's a good question. I don't think it's that simple, Sha. I think it was a situation that MOHBAD was telling everybody to be quiet because he wasn't sure if it would be the best move to make noise or to work things out with his ex-label boss and mates. And why was she silent back then? Someone is bullying your artist and your sister husband, and they lied he was on drugs, and you keep mute. Okay, keep mute. Okay, makes sense. And to think they said their mother is a police, retired officer. Yes, they're saying she's a retired police. That's MOHBAD's Mohbad's mother-in-law. Okay, let's continue. Hold on a second. Just trying to close. I have too many pages open, so all right. Hey, let me find it. Wait, where you at? Okay, there you go. Okay. Same manager. Some people are dragging on our comment section for allegedly collecting money for show and did not put up any show. Wahala, Jesus. Look, there's a lot on this case. If we put emotions aside, this case is very messy. I agree with this, okay? Like we Yoruba say, bi ku leo ba pani to di ole pani. Hey, Yoruba people do say that. That is a proverb. That means if there's no cracks in your wall, the enemy cannot come in. Okay, I'm just going to give you that loose translation. Meaning, if an insider, there's a meaning here. Meaning, an insider did not set you. Meaning, if an insider did not set you up, outsiders can't know your next move. Well, I can say for now is may Mohbad's soul keep resting in peace. Somebody said, but Mohbad's wife, mother, is a police officer. Why didn't she intervene in the matter before it got to this point? That's a good question too. That's if she knew anything or if she has proper context of what is going on. Okay. Yep. Yes, the wife's mom is a police officer. Yes. That guy was too carefree, Sha. Why would he allow someone who is loyal to Naira to manage him? Again, I don't think it was that simple. I think it was a situation where he was still trying to work things out. And I think we saw the highlights of the turmoils between him and that label. We saw the highlights. With just like anything else, you saw the highlights. You saw the negative highlights. You saw the high positive highlights. Everything in between, we're not privy to it. Okay, some pictures came out. Okay. He lacked guidance and a good guardian. Somebody said, emotions and sentiments aside, no one should be exempted in this investigation. Naira Marley and Larry bullied him. Yes, that's the one we know that we could see on the internet. What about things we didn't see on the internet? Emotions and sentiments go make the real culprit go free under our very nose. Make we wake up. All right, so some people are saying there's more to it. Okay. Now, Gist Lover posted something earlier. I'm going to read that to you. It says, now let me address this for the very last time. I hate when you all are not following this and you will just wake up one morning and jump in the middle of the case and be asking questions that I have answered tirelessly. I am not saying Mohbad's wife is innocent until proven. Has she been invited? Yes. Has she been interrogated? Yes. If the police still want her today, they know how to call her and get her. She's not running. Why are you all making it look like she's running? Trying to throw her under the bus after she has been interrogated countless times won't work. This prime boy that said something the other day, all of a sudden don't change mouth after them bring TVC to interview him. All right, so TVC interviewed the prime boy guy today. I'm going to play that video in a second here. Okay, and also this is coming up because again, inside of the TV, he mentioned that the wife and Mohbad, that they had an argument on that same day. So now everybody is bringing up the wife must be a suspect again. That's why that's coming up. Okay, this prime boy had said something the other day, all of a sudden don't change mouth. Okay, TVC. Naira Marley was not interviewed publicly. Sam Larry was not interviewed publicly. Even Wunmi, the wife, and the nurse was not interviewed publicly. If you watch that video closely, you will see the prime boy looking suspicious and taking signals from somebody. He had a lawyer too. He brought a lawyer to the station, I think, to report himself. Why be saying now only prime boy them interview publicly? What narrative are they trying to push? Dear Nigerian police force, and he or she tagged Nigerian police. If need be, please invite Mohbad's wife as many times as possible. Interrogate her as many times as possible. Drill her All we want is justice, but constantly trying to throw her under the bus is what I will never understand. When I first start with DNA matter, as that one don't they die, as that one is dying down, you all begin another propaganda. All eyes on you all. That means you guys will not sleep. Justice we want, justice we will get, and come in peace. All right, so this guy, let me share my screen with you right about now. This guy, this is the guy we're talking about today. His name is, it was trending yesterday, the PRIMEBOY. I was going to go live yesterday, but I don't know if you guys noticed a brand new mic. Mic spoiled yesterday. This one packed up yesterday. Okay, that's why we need your support always. So I found out that it packed up a few minutes before the show. So I was like, let me rest one more day. Right? So that's what happened yesterday. All right. Oh, you guys probably didn't see what I just did, right? This one is new. This one packed up yesterday. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to the story. All right. So justice for Mohbad. The moment singer PRIMEBOY and his lawyer arrived at the Lagos State Police Command. Okay. Let me show you that video.
You shouldn't be walking alone.
Why is he wearing mask? Are they wearing mask in Nigeria right now? What is going on? Or is he just trying to cover his face? What is going on? I feel like she said Igbo. Did she say something in Igbo? Honestly, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I just see Nigerian police station.
You shouldn't be walking alone.
All right, so this is a statement from the state police, blah blah blah, Oga Police, Benjamin Udein. It says, following his being declared wanted, Owoduni Ibrahim Oluwatosin, aka PRIMEBOY, has turned himself in. He has immediately been taken into custody for interrogation and other necessary actions. The Lagos State Police Command once again assures family, friends, fans of Mohbad, and the general public that no stone will be left unturned in ensuring a most diligent investigation. The command equally assures that all persons found culpable in the death of Mr. Ilirulu Aloba, aka Mohbad, will definitely be brought to justice. All right, Daddy Free says, why did he wait to be declared wanted? This person says, why the lawyer giving lawyer Laiwa Sabi vibes? All right, let's keep moving.
Privileged to have an interview with Ibrahim.
Here's the interview.
Who was declared wanted yesterday. We had this interview with him just before he turns himself into the police. Let's go.
Ibrahim, police say they've declared you wanted. That they've been trying to. They've called you separately and you refused to come.
I can't say that's a big lie. Like, I would like receive a message from the police and I will refuse them. Even before all this wanted issue, I even want to turn myself, like not turning in. I want to go and explain myself at the station because people started accusing me wrongly, and so but people that I called said I should chill, I should not go anywhere. So the police, like I should wait for them to invite me. So I keep waiting, and suddenly I just found myself wanted online yesterday. People started calling me that I wanted 1 million naira for who find me, and I was shocked. I was surprised. I called my lawyer, called my family, and they just said I should just calm down, that nothing will happen. So far I know nothing about it. So, and I'm here now. So
okay, what's your relationship with Mohbad?
Mohbad is my childhood friend, is my friend. Like, All those time that stepmother no care. I was his stepmother then. I was his dad. I was his friend. I was everything to him because he lived with me then. My mom feed two of us together as son.
Were you with him the day he died?
No, I was not with him.
You were not with
I was not with him. We departed after that show because he chased me down from the car. That was on Sunday. On Sunday, he called me on Friday.
Now, remember there was a case of a situation where there was a tussle between him and one of his friends. The father said that, like, oh, it's just things that, you know, young children, young men do, and they were, you know, that's the only thing. And then there was some kind of, and that's why he ended up hospital, right? So I think that's, some people are saying that was him, but some people are saying somebody else. Remember the other kid too that was with him when he went to shop for Range Rover and all this kind of stuff. So, all right, let's continue.
Friday to come over on the island. I don't even know he has a show. So me getting to the island and he told me we're gisting, having fun, this, that, and next thing just said, sorry, I did not tell you I have a show at Ikorodu. The general said, I did not tell me now. And that day, that on Sunday, the next day is my brother's birthday. So I said, okay. He now said after the show, then I can invite my brother to come in. Then he will like, is he talking to me? He said after the show that let's go for the show first. That after the show, then I will invite my friends over, and for them, like, I will invite my junior brother over, and he will celebrate the birthday to him. Okay. And I said, okay.
So why did he chase you out? Why did he
chase me out at town hall, inside the car, inside the. Because I was like, him and his wife were having an hidden like conversation, which maybe about this or that, but I don't even know. It's his family affair, so I can't. But one thing I don't want is don't get them from.
Wait. Let's continue. He did say, he never said that they were arguing. He said they were having family conversation. Maybe there's more to it. Let's continue.
In the car. But on that matter, the issue that him and his wife had were like, MOHBAD is fucking hot because I know him. And so it was not like, I want to get down from the car. I said, why will you come down from the car? Why are you like this now? Then I'll be the one to get down to go and clear the road. This, that. Nathan is still on stage. MOHBAD, calm down.
How do you feel that they are saying you know something about his death?
How did I feel? I don't even know how I feel losing him. So now they are now accusing me. So the feelings is crazy. Like, I just know God see it all. Like,
He said everything in the darkness will come out.
What do you want now?
I want justice. I want justice for MOHBAD, and I want that his wife. Why will his wife go online and start framing me? That's wrong.
Wait, filming you for what? What did I miss? Oh my God. Is there more to this? Anyway, we'll come back to that. Let me see something. The wife was filming you. The question is, what is the relationship between you and the wife? I would be curious to know what kind of, like, are you friends? Are you cordial with the wife? Because you are very close friends with MOHBAD, right? Because the way you just asked that question sounds like he never fancied the wife. Yeah. Anyway, let me see if I can find the rest of it, because that video was cut short by I think that's about it, I guess. Okay, let's see this one. Let me show you guys this video. You see this video?
Here specifically here in aka PRIMEBOY.
That was from yesterday, right?
To the death of Ilerioluwa Aloba aka MOHBAD. This was contained in a press statement made available to TVC News and signed by Benjamin Hundein. The police said this move is necessary following his failure to honor police invitation successfully sent to him since the commencement of investigation into the circumstances leading to the death of MOHBAD. According to the police, PRIMEBOY is approximately 1.64 meters tall, is male, dark complexioned with tribal marks and Yoruba by tribe. His last known address is Third Power, Okele.
All right, so that was the announcement from yesterday, but let me show you guys this one.
popularly known as PRIMEBOY.
Are you guys able to hear that?
Nothing really happened. MOHBAD, I saw MOHBAD missed call on Saturday, and when I saw the missed call, I was shocked and I was like, oh, my MOHBAD called me. Then I called him back immediately and he told me, Prime, can I come over? Uncle, let's just chill. Uncle, he's missing me, you understand? And I said, okay. Immediately when I heard the news, I ran to my friend and I'm going to the island, this, that. Then they said no problem, that they would join me soon because the next day is my brother's birthday. So even everybody will be there too. So and I said, okay, but me, I'm going today because I need to be with MOHBAD. And getting to the island, I got to the island in the evening around 7 something. So getting there, I saw MOHBAD in the parlor with some guys, with his boys, playing with his kids. Then immediately I dropped my bag and picked his kid and I started playing with him. We greeted each other and he asked me what did I want. I said, oh, I don't want NSC this time. Go and get me Chelsea this time. And he sent someone to go and get me a bottle of the Chelsea. And when we were drinking, having fun, talking, he was playing some old videos for me on YouTube and we were having fun. Then the next thing he told me, he forgot to told me that he's having show in Ikorodu. That's tomorrow. And I said, tomorrow, I should have told me now. Tomorrow is my brother's birthday too. Then he told me that, okay, let's do it this way. He said, Ibrahim, after that show, I will invite my brother to come to his house in Royal Pine and he will celebrate another birthday for him. And I accepted and okay, it's another celebration and my brother will be happy to be with you as well. So we get into the show. We got to Ebute Meta and his wife, and as in him and his wife started having some arguments, eating arguments, which I don't even like. They were
arguments.
I don't even, I don't need to interfere in the family issue. So I was just looking, but the matter keep popping up. Like I don't understand. Even after the show, and I escorted MOHBAD to the car, and I said, wait, let me go and clear the road. I started clearing the road and I was hearing that calm down, no car can leave here now until Lantern and other artists because we came in together with convoy, so only you can leave. Well, I noticed MOHBAD was angry and because he don't want to stay in the car with his wife because they were having one or two arguments eating to me. But MOHBAD was not happy that I was the one telling him, there go shebi by lotima solve go matter and that was what I was just telling him and he was angry that I did not give him the chance to pour his mind out at that moment. And I told him, this is not where you do this. When you get home, then solve your family problem. This is the show. You are here to have fun. Just smile. And he wants to come down from the car. And I was like, don't come down from the car. I was sitting here. His wife was sitting down at our middle. And MOHBAD was sitting down there. And his wife was holding down Liam. That was his son. So I was not like, you can see your son here. You don't need to do all this. Then he came down and turned. Like maybe my own is getting too much, maybe in his family, and he asked me just open the door and because there was security with him, Army, Onyabo, because they were shocked that MOHBAD came down without going on stage. So they followed him to where I was sitting and then he opened the car. I was like, oh, kilo shele bye. He started hitting me and saying that, go Prime. I said, kilo shele. Next thing, he said, oh yeah, bole money hakin bole bawo she very disgrace me by ni she ba jo wa láti island ba lo ma ni kin bole. So I was just smiling saying it. So àwọn ami yẹn wá ń wò wá wọ́n pé nbe àwọn ṣeré ni due to I was still smiling. So the next thing I saw is taking it personal and the military and they saw this one is taking it personal. So they held his hand and said, okay, Prime, you come down and go. Then I came down from the car and I found my way. I went straight to the stage to meet Cubana Chief Priest and explain to him that, sir, I don't understand what's going on. That I don't understand that MOHBAD is my childhood friend, and all of a sudden he asked me to get out from the car. He started hitting me, but I don't know what's going on. Then the Cubana Chief Priest asked me, okay, stay here, let me go and make findings of what is going on. Then I left. I announced. He asked the security, watch over him, don't let him leave here. Then I said I won't. Then I stood. Then immediately me checking out, let me go is Cubana Chief Priest. I'm waiting for him to come and give me feedback. Everywhere was empty, both the Prado, we bought like 15 Prados or 10 with the general boss, everyone, we came together and everywhere like dry immediately. So I was shocked. So I only called my director, I can't come out of this gate too. You know all these Omota that are there, I don't want them to wound me. Then he said I should hold on. He called someone that is living around that town hall and said, hello, and that person seems to be someone that into man lugon fún one church wọn ló wá pé òun ló wá gbé òun mọ àwọn ọmọ ta ẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ ọ́ ní àdúgbò ẹ̀ ń pé kankan ní ṣe mí òun ló wá find bí mo ṣe kúrò níbi bẹ́ẹ̀.
The best way to get back there.
All
Natural
right.
not medical treatments or expensive
skip that.
surgeries.
tó find mo ikú mi bẹ́ẹ̀ tó gbé ọ̀kadà so di bá ṣe kú mi bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀kadà tí kò láyé ọmọ tàn yẹn àdè book Uber àdè àti director mi àdè gba island lọ.
All right, so you guys can find this on TVC. It's speaking too much Yoruba, so I'm just gonna have to leave that at that. But listen, all I can tell you right now is that this story is not going to end anytime soon. They should take the camera away, far away from the father. Let the police. Of course, it's impossible that they can only give you updates after 2 weeks. They can't finish the investigation in 2 weeks, right? So just keep your eyes on the story. We'll see where it goes, you know. But it's going to be much more messier than, oh, it's just Naira Marley and Sam Larry. Nope. It's not going to be that simple. All right. But yes, Oluyami, nice to see you. Hit that like button on your way out, okay? We'll warm it back up again. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be dropping tons of videos, so make sure you're paying attention. Help us share. All right, I appreciate all of you. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.